peeps. Let's see. Okay, so I penciled in this page and this page right here. So hopefully we can at least do the line art for one of them. I don't know how long that'll take me realistically, but I'm gonna be using this Periwinkle Pilot. I really like the inks that they got for Pilot. They're really fun, but it's kind of hard to find the size that I usually want, which is 0.5 or 5. This is a 7. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, that's a 7. You can see that. Ugh. But I prefer 5. But it's fine. You can find these at Daiso for very inexpensive if you want to try out like single colors without, you know, having to commit to a whole pack of them like at Target. But then again, Target only sells the 0.7s. It's really hard to find the 0.5s unless you go to like, I don't want to say specialty art store, but that is kind of where you find the 0.5s. Unless you buy them online, but I don't like buying shit online, as y'all know. I like to touch the shit that I'm gonna buy before buying it. But yeah, just gonna outline these little squares. So I wasn't able to let y'all know in the last video with my own voice. It was all text. Gonna be attempting a little sketchbook challenge, which honestly, it's like my last ditch effort to finish this sketchbook before the end of the year, because realistically, I have had this sketchbook forever. Like legitimately a long time, and it's been my fault, obviously. I've been too precious about it because I love the paperweight, and I felt like I had to be very precious about it. But now that I have gotten my little grippers on thicker page sketchbooks, I feel like I don't need to be as precious about this one. Not that I don't think this is a beautiful sketchbook. It's still one of my favorite ones. But it's just time. It's just time. There's art in here from that I've outgrown as an artist creatively from so long ago, and it's time. It's time. And frankly, I just want a sketchbook that I can try to put stickers on. I don't like to put stickers on sketchbooks with a lot of design on them, because I'm like, I don't want to cover up the art in the front. And yes, Big Scrunkly, everyone has argued you can put the stickers inside the sketchbook, and you're right, I can. But it had gotten to the point where I was like, well, I should be finishing this soon, so I don't want to put my new favorite stickers on a sketchbook that I'm gonna finish off sooner than later, and then I wouldn't finish it, and then I, you know, accumulate more stickers. It's a whole annoying little what's it called, butterfly effect of events, where I'm like, well, I won't do it yet because blah blah blah, and then it never happened, and that's on me. And now you know. That's why that's the long-winded story of why I am last ditch effort doing this the sketchbook challenge to finish this beautiful but old sketchbook. But yeah, as I said below in the description, feel free to join in this month with your own unfinished projects. sketchbooks, whatever it is, knitting projects, anything that you just feel like, hey, maybe I can try to finish that by the end of the year. The goal of the game is to have fun. Don't stress out. That's like the most important part. I feel like a lot of us forget when we do a lot of these challenges. And fair, this is not the first time I've tried doing a sketchbook challenge, but I want to make sure that this time I have more fun doing it. You know, experiment and, you know, enjoy the little moments, and then be okay if things, you know, don't come out as cute as I maybe intended them to. It's okay. Like, God, it's that thing. In order for us to know what true beauty is, we need to be able to look at ugly things, right? So, I'd like to believe that sometimes I need to make ugly art in order for me to be able to make decent art. So, that's my little ramble, my little rant on that. But yeah, also it's been a minute since I've done a sketchbook challenge. I was feeling like it, you know. But yeah. Ooh, back to talking to this about this Pentel pen. I really do enjoy how smooth the ink goes down. I feel like it depends though on the color, cause the only pen I think from these that I had an issue with it, I think it's the green one. It'll like jam a little bit, but that could be because I don't use it, and then the ink has just gotten a little, I don't know, blotchy. I don't know how to describe that to y'all, but this periwinkle one has been, this year's fine. I don't know. I've been really into periwinkle this year. Hold on. I got these two. Oh, car. Yeah. I got these two. They're Pentel brush sign pens as well. They're similar to the periwinkle because I don't know. I feel like I'm getting into like my blue phase or something. But yeah. Other than that, how have y'all been? I hope y'all are having an okay, at the very least, holiday season. Again, as I mentioned in the last video, like 2 videos ago, whenever the last time I did a voice chat, this is a holiday hater safe zone. If you hate the holidays, this is just that's fine. I get it. We don't shame people that hate the holidays here. I am, however, trying to, you know, encourage all of us to find the good in the holidays, even if it is, you know, not our favorite time of the year. Because, you know, it's worth a shot, you know? But I get it. You know, for me, it's like the Halloween season's over, and I'm just like, wake me up for New Year's. That's it. And I want to try to be, you know, better about that personally. Because, you know, there's some good Christmas horror movies out there. We watched Thanksgiving actually. And I had way more fun with that movie than I anticipated. So I was like, you know what? Maybe the holidays aren't so bad. A holiday horror movie was what got me to rethink my whole life. No, there were a lot of other factors, but that movie did help. It was definitely like a wow. It wasn't, you know, lame. And now I want to watch all of the holiday horror movies that I've just avoided, I guess, over the years. Which, frankly, there's a lot. Which, good for me. But yeah, if you have any fave holiday horror movies you would like to share, go ahead, please. Because I think it was like a year or two ago when I finally watched all of like the original Rankin Bass holiday movies, just because I didn't grow up with them. We watched different things in the holidays, but Big Scrunkly was like, we should watch those. Wait, you've never actually watched those? We should, you know, get you acclimated with that shit. Hello? You looking for something?
Looking for that thing, your pencil.
My pencil? Oh, here. But yeah, you know, stuff like that. So maybe this year I'll do the horror movies for the holidays instead of the stop motion. Fun. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's a little cold, so my hand is a little stiffer than usual. I put my sleeves up, but honestly, I'm cold. I'm pulling them down. It's too cold to have them rolled up. But yeah. Oh, I guess I could take some time to talk about yard supplies I used in the last video. I did type it out, but I understand that sometimes, like, you just want to watch art and videos and listen instead of read. I get that for certain pieces of media. So I guess this will be a little recap of the last video. I tried out the Neocolor, the Carandosh Neocolor Aquarelle sticks. I think that's how you say it. And I picked them up because I actually was surprised to see that, in my opinion, they were affordable. That's not to say that they're affordable for everyone. That's understandable. But if you've ever been curious, oh, are these beginner friendly? I think they're a great beginner friendly, like, step up from the Prang watercolors. Obviously, they're not a little palette, so if you want to get used to the palette set, maybe, you know, stick to other more affordable palettes. But if you are looking for the watercolor look and you want something that's like, I want to say more, yeah, beginner friendly, those, I think those are great personally, just because they work very similar to crayons, a lot softer, a lot more easier to blend than regular like Crayola crayons. I will say, if you're heavy-handed, be careful because you could break them. But I had honestly a blast. Like, I felt like a kid with a box of crayons all over again, and I think that brought back a lot of like whimsy for me, which is why I did all of these like really quick color color gradients pages. And I just was like, yeah, I want to do a bunch of fun little squares, and I felt compelled to do this challenge because I don't know, those little crayon watercolor sticks really inspired some stuff in me. It lit a flame inside my creative little heart. That being said, if you know you're not into that format, that's totally fine. There's a lot of inexpensive watercolor palettes out there that I should honestly link. The ones that I usually use, which is these Prima Marketing. I had this palette since like college and it's still going strong. It's like my main watercolor palette and I love it. And last time I checked, I think it was like $23, I think, with like tax and everything. Oh, car. I just really recommend it because it's so fun. And I think that same brand makes different like color moods, because that one's Pastel Dreams, but I'm pretty sure they have a more traditional watercolor set in case you want anything, you know, besides like the prangs, if that's where you started, because I started with the prangs, and not gonna lie, they still slap. They're really good, but I don't use them too often just because it's not my color palette of choice. I tend to like more colorful things, although I did see, and I keep describing it to Big Scrunkly as the Dempa watercolor set. I think it's a Holbein watercolor set. I'm not sure, but it's like all of the main colors, but like diluted in gray, and they look so sad and depressing, and I love it. But I told myself realistically, I don't draw in those color moods. Like, I want to, but I need to honestly make do with what I have right now and try to figure out how to get those same colors with what I have right now. So it's also why I was interested in this one, because it comes with a black one and a brown, and I feel like it might be easier to mix if I just, you know, trace lightly on the page before laying down the colorful colors. Maybe I can get a more Dempa look to the background, because I think the price of that watercolor set is definitely not within my personal price range, because, well, it's not, period. Especially if I don't work in those colors. I try to limit myself to only buying things that work with my color moods, because, you know, don't want to overspend on supplies that I don't use. That being said, I know I promised y'all to start using the Himmies. I have not opened them, and it's gone to the point where even Big Scrunkly has been telling me that they are gonna open one of the cups for me to just gently motivate me to open the rest and start using them. But I want to be in the mood for painting so that I can just, because, hello? Why does that say we're live? We've been live. What the heck? Yeah, we're live. Sorry, I just got a little pop-up on my phone, which is what I'm recording with, saying, oh, we're live. And I'm like, yeah, we've been live. Anyways, what was I talking about? Right, the Himmies, right. I want to make sure I'm in a painting mood when I open them up, because I've heard all the horror stories about the mold, and I want to make sure that I go through them, that I'm literally using them as often to daily as possible, so that even if they do get moldy, I've used the majority of them, so that I don't feel bad about whatever doesn't get used. Although realistically, I'm going to try restoring it. I've seen a couple of videos showing me how to do that. Oh, look. It's not. It's actually working today. Good, good, good. But yeah, that's why I haven't opened it. And fair, I've been putting it off. So y'all are definitely allowed to yell at me about that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, but yeah, that's something that I've been wanting to do, but haven't, I don't know, like, I don't know if it happens to y'all, but sometimes, like, I'll know, like, oh, it's alcohol marker season. Like, you'll just make a little tiny palette, a limited palette, I should call it, and you'll just bring it around and draw everywhere with that alcohol marker set. Or, oh, it's watercolor palette, and you'll bring your watercolors everywhere you go. And you'll just swatch and do little plein airs wherever you go. Like, it hasn't felt like at all even just a painting season for me. Because I do go through seasons of things. Even in my hobbies, like, it'll be reading season. And I'll read through, like, 3 of my books that have been sitting on my shelf that I've just been hoarding. But just waiting, I guess. Right now I've been definitely into my watercolor season, as you can tell. I don't know, I think watercolors are very fun, very, the word ethereal always comes to mind, and I think it's because of how translucent I can get certain colors and certain hues. So I really like working with them because I feel like it's easy to overlay more and more color and other products on top of them. But I understand that, like, you know, if I want more pigmented stuff, then I'll probably be needing to turn to gouache or alcohol markers or inks even. Haven't gotten into inks too much. Because honestly, I'm messy and I'm genuinely scared. I'm gonna knock over an ink bottle and that'll be the end of whatever outfit I have. I am the messy one in the relationship when it comes to art supply. Because once I'm drawing, once I'm at my desk, it's nothing else matters. It's just I'm working. And if it gets on my sleeves, I don't see it until I'm done working, and that's when I'll be like, no, God, jeez, no, when did this happen? No. But it's just how it is, I guess. That's why I try to be careful about rolling up my sleeves when I'm working on stuff, but it's too damn cold. There we go. I said I was going to draw more aliens on this page, but I ended up drawing this girl just because, I don't know. I thought she was funny. I thought she was cute. But now the alien and the girl are friends. Because the alien came and picked her up. There's a story there, kind of. I drew these kind of just going off of, like, whatever I wanted to do. Yeah, no, it was like just drawing whatever I felt like doing. There was no, like, planning, really. It was just whatever I wanted. Same with the next page, although I'm pretty sure the next page I tried to stay more on theme with, like, Christmas stuff, just because I'm trying to be a little thematic. Will the other ones be Christmas? I don't know. But I made it thematic for the one for the next page at the very least. But let's see. But yeah, now you know. I want this series, I think, to show, like, not just the fun, fast parts where I'm just laying down color. Because what I would notice is I would make my other art videos and I would cut out a lot of, like, I don't want to call it the boring parts, but definitely, like, some of the experimental parts. And this is definitely, I want to say, a more candid view of what the experimental side of my art process looks like, because there's sometimes these big pages that I make with finalized artwork and very selective color palettes. But I won't show y'all how I got to that process, because there's like other pages where I've been like color swatching or experimenting with other art supplies that then led me to the answer that I was looking for to the last piece for something that I had penciled in for months. I have at least there were 2 or 3 pages this year actually that I finally, like, I saw like the how to finish it. I saw the finish line because I was just experimenting with different colors on a different page, and then once I saw the color palette, I was like, it clicked. Everything else clicked for those pages, and I was able to go back and actually do them. I am definitely, as I've said multiple times on this channel, a very color driven person. If the colors don't, and they don't need to be like always like the prettiest set of colors, but like it's a mood. I think every color combination, every shade, everything, it carries a vibe. It carries like soul, and sometimes I gotta see those colors interacting with each other in a paint swatch test and little blurbs like these to be able to like feel that mood and be like, that would work really well with such and such piece that I've had for a while. Which is exactly what happened once I got, I think I can show y'all. Oh, well, no, not that one. Where is it? Yes, when I went through this, let me back out so y'all can see. When I went through this phase, of like this darker ultramarine and this opera pink, I was able to figure out how to finally finish this page, my It Girl page, because I just didn't have those colors yet. Because I knew I wanted to do pinks and blues and pastels, but I didn't have the colors for it. And I barely got these colors this year in a little testing pack. And once I did this page and tested out these colors and swatches by just making like random shapes and just trying it out with other mediums, I was able to like go back and see, oh, that would work really well with this page. And then obviously I tried out other things. I don't know if it'll show, but I also put on some pearlescent acrylic that I had for a while that I don't pull it out too often. It's for like my fancy pieces, and this is definitely a piece where I was like, oh yeah, we're busting out the pearlescents. But anyways, that's just little insight of why I think doing these experimental swatches, even if they're ugly, even if they come out like not as perfect, are very important. For me at least. You can definitely try it out, but sorry, it's cold, so I get sniffly. But yeah, color, big deal for me. Love it. Gotta test it out a lot, because if not, I get bored with the same colors. I could work with a color palette for a really long time, but I understand who I am as an artist. I will get to a point where I get bored, so I have to try out new things once in a while. I will say, however, I think we're done with the inking now. I feel like this year I bought more art supplies than I have in years. Again, they were all things that I did a lot of research on, because I don't like to kind of just buy without doing research, but I did buy a lot more than I had in years, admittedly. But I will say that I'm very pleased with everything that I got. They've been pretty successful for me personally. So, you know, pat myself on the back for the research that was put in for all of that. But let's see. How do I want to go about this? I want to create a limited palette, right? So I don't want to pick too many colors out, and then as I pull out more colors, jeez. Maybe green for the alien. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's it. That still feels like too many colors. I'm gonna pick the green for my little alien, but I think I want her to be wearing something fancy. See, this is the stuff that I usually cut out in videos. I'll just kind of like stare at colors for a while, trying to figure things out. Okay, I think I want this color for her hair, and I want this for the alien skin tone. So I think, yeah, we'll start with this. Ooh, fun. And a thing that I have been doing for a while, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of other artists have been doing it. I've seen, I think it's Gel Arts. Gel Arts does this all the time as well, where they'll overlay like a bunch of different mediums. I really do like watching Gel Arts videos. I do recommend them. Go check them out if you haven't heard of them, definitely. But I love to do watercolor layers and then overlay markers and stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's neat. What's it called? But yeah, I get really fun results. I also like to do, and I've shown this technique in a lot of other videos, where I like overlay a whole piece once it's inked and everything with like a very light wash of watercolor, just to get like a specific mood down. And then I'll just start painting and drawing and doing all the finalized colors on top of it, just to finalize. Right, we're gonna go in. Whew, let's hope. Ah, okay, cool. I was like, let's hope I don't regret this. But that's okay. Right. That's what I said. That's why I make multiple squares, right? Just in case I don't like the way it looks on one of them, I can change it up. Although, admittedly, sometimes my little OCPD kicks in, and I'll be like, no, one square shows her with her hair color, that color. Now all the squares have to have her with that color, because it needs to be consistent. It's a whole thing, but you know, I break that rule because, like, you can see over here, I was like, oh, every one of these is gonna have a black border, and then this one was just fill in black, and I was like, okay. And then down here I didn't do any borders, and then down here I really liked how this one turned out, actually, without a border, but like seeing the colors just come to the edges. So I do obviously let go of that. Needs to be 100% consistent pretty often, for the sake of having fun, because the most important thing that I have to, you know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all understand this, and if you don't, that's fine too. That's probably healthier, but sometimes I have to remind myself that making art should always primarily be about having fun and finding that that I keep saying whimsy. I've been watching a lot of God, what's that artist's name? McPike? They're great. They're great. You should go check them out too. God, I can't remember their name. Hold on. It's gonna bother me, and I want to make sure if I'm shouting someone out, it's proper. Oh, come on. Sophie McPike. They use the word a lot, so I think that's why it's at my forefront right now. But the most important part is always, you know, that state of play, to let your inner child, as they say, you know, have fun. Because I feel like when you're allowing yourself to play more, you're more creative, you're more open to fucking up and being okay with it, and mistakes can lead you to really cool outcomes. I am definitely a you know, obviously if you're working on like a final or something, like for your class, for a project, I don't I don't suggest experimenting too much, but if you have some downtime, and this is why they tell you like practice is the most important thing in art, because when you're practicing, you're ideally fucking up a lot. You're experimenting, you're constantly trying out new things, whether it's pretty or ugly or, you know, not what you expected. Because sometimes I've definitely made things thinking, oh, this is going to come out so ugly. And then it's not what I wanted, but it's definitely prettier than what I anticipated. So that's always fun. But yeah, I try to view art as like a little, like a constant state of surprise when I'm testing out or experimenting new things. It's like a constant state of surprise that I'm in, because I don't always know how everything's going to react. But when it does react, I go, huh, would you look at that? But yeah. I do like the way that green, that looks. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Maybe I'll add some green to this character's outfit so that they look like, what's that thing that Big Scrunkly said not too long ago? Complementary but not the same. Yeah. That's what we're going for. Oh, right. The eyes here. But yeah. Let's see. And now we're at another standstill where I'm trying to figure out, what do I do next? So I'm saying I want to use the green more in this character's outfit. Oh, excuse me. I want pink for my little alien's outfit, so I think this pink's gonna be too light. I think I want to use this pink. I want to use this pink, please. Yes, yes. I'm getting that right. I need to be careful because I feel like I'm learning how to set up the camera so that y'all can see what I'm doing, because sometimes my hand just blocks the whole thing, and I'm trying to be better about it. Because obviously y'all are like, I want to see what you're doing, and that's fair. That's what you're coming. That's why you're coming here. So I'm trying to be better about it. Here we go. Pink outfit. We can color in the color pink. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. Oh, hey! Well, that's a fun little thing. I just noticed that she kind of looks, this little character kind of looks like Chihiro before she puts on her uniform. Oh, she only has one stripe. Let's see. let's do this. I think I want to color these. Yeah, let's do that. Fun. Yeah, looks cute. I like that. I don't regret my decisions. Yep. I think I want to like do her shoes like all pink and then the tips white, or should I do them? No. Let's do the tips pink and everything else. What? No. But the majority of this is white. I will draw like the filter of her cigarette. There, pink. That's fun. It'll be, I think this is a good choice. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Hahaha. Yes. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. I'll show you this. And then do these and this. Then this like that and like that. Cool. Then oh, I guess I can tell y'all this is also like when I do these little squares and I just draw these little characters, it's also where sometimes I end up conceptualizing new little characters that maybe later on I'll be like, oh, I want to redraw them in a different outfit. This one, of course, ended up looking kind of like Chihiro's, so a little bit, kind of. Chihiro's shoes are more orange than pink, but yeah. It's either I come up with a new OC randomly, or we accidentally make fan art of an existing character. Which, you know, that makes sense, because Spirited Away is my favorite Ghibli movie. Out of all of the movies. Yeah. That tracks. Okay. I'm gonna do the buildings over here. This color. Because I do like the way this very light color works as like shadow. I think it works well for like background stuff. And I'll use this one for the foreground because things that are closer are always more defined. So the details stand out more, so there's more contrast usually. And it has to do with debris, because there's debris in the air, so things that are further away look more soft or faded away. It's why mountains look less defined the further away they are. Do the ground this color. yeah, these two colors kind of look similar, so that's good. Because again, we want the limited palette to look, you know, like it works together. Because sometimes you put colors together that maybe aren't the prettiest in other circumstances, but because you're using them repeatedly in the piece, they start to kind of like work together. I need to figure out why that happens sometimes. I'll need to think about that one a little bit more, but I've noticed it happen with my pieces, or I'll put together colors that usually I'm like, I don't know. And they'll start working the more and more I work with them. I'll be like, you know, those were ugly before, but now I'm kind of digging that. There we go. Let's see, how did I do that last time? Oh, did I even catch it? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. I was worried. I was like, oh no, did I do all of that and didn't show y'all? I feel like the crown needs to be like yellow. I'm trying not to add too many colors, but it's unavoidable. I'll be pulling out this this jelly roll. It's like neon yellow jelly roll from the Moonlight series. I see these all the time, and I always want to buy a new pack, but I keep reminding myself, no, don't do that. I need to go through these, but I ran out of the yellow one like so fast because I use it for so many little detailing things. And then I went and I got these. These are great, but for some reason in my mind I was like, I don't need a yellow one, a neon yellow one, so I got literally all the colors except the yellow one, which is the one I needed the most, and I was like, fuck. Why did you do this to yourself? So now I think that's the only regret I have, not getting a neon yellow replacement, because I think right now this is my only neon yellow at the moment, and having to find ways around it. But it's okay. It's okay. We grow stronger with limitations. It's not the end of the world, guys. There's way worse things that could be happening. And I'll do this. I'll just kind of like take a moment, pause, stare at the piece, and think, oh, what else does it need? And obviously, like down here, I need to figure out the UFOs. I remember what I wanted to do. No, I can still do it. I can still do it. I can still use the darkest for the background, and then this can stand out. Yeah. I have not fucked up. I'll do that sometimes. I'll get ahead of myself. Sorry. With some pieces, and I'll lay color down thinking, yeah. And then it'll not be what I wanted to do originally. I'll be like, oh, no. And it's fine. It's fine. It's why I also like to work with watercolor, because like, and markers, because like if you fuck up, you can just get some gouache and then reapply on top. But granted, that's like not something I always like to do, because you have to be really good at mixing, and I don't mind. I'm pretty good at mixing. The problem is that sometimes you can overmix colors, and then I hate wasting paint. So if I overmix or have too much paint left over, I'll kick myself. Emotionally, I'll kick myself. I'll be like, no, God, no, and then I'll have to find an excuse to make another piece with that specific color. But it's a whole thing. So that's why I try not to. God, I'm over here like, have fun, yes, it's all about fun. And I'm also like, don't fuck up. Like, yeah, there's There's a very gentle balance of the scales between don't fuck up, but also be messy and have fun. Uh, I yeah, I'm not gonna speak on behalf of all the other artists that exist, but at least for me, it's a very gentle balance of those two emotions. But I swear I'm having fun. Actually, did I? No. I'm gonna do it with this one. I'll draw the little stars. Yeah. There we go. Look at those beautiful little twinkly stars. I want more. Not enough. Add more stars. There are some small ones down here. Let's see. Yeah, right there. And one more here. If I don't like them, I can just cover them up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. But yeah. I guess I should also tell y'all. No, I mean, well, this one's not. This one's more like, this is what every artist that does a sketchbook challenge does. I low-key did a little bit of the math, obviously, of like, how many so many pages do I need to finish at the end of each week? And given how many pages are left, which is, I counted them up, it's around 40. And yes, that is front and back, because I need to use the whole sketchbook. I like the way it looks visually flipping through a sketchbook and seeing front and back done. For me, I know other artists that like landscape painters that use like acrylic or heavier materials. They only do one side, and that's fine. I get that. Those sketchbooks are also top tier gorgeous. Not me gushing about other artists. Oh no, they'll find out. But I like to do front and back, so I counted around 40. And given like the amount of weeks that are left, I need to have around like 5. This week is almost over, but I'm trying to get myself to do around 5 pages by Sunday. Which, considering how long this one has taken, maybe it's doable. Actually, you know what? Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But I know I need to do 5. Whether it's doable or not, I'll figure it out, because I'm definitely going to be drawing also off camera. I'm going to try to do like the boring parts off camera, which is like the penciling in and stuff, or the setting up, like the tapes stuff that I was doing yesterday. That was like maybe not as exciting for y'all, which I get it. And then I'll try to do the color and these fun layering bits with y'all, so y'all get to see the fun stuff. That came out really... Oh, well, that's because of the gradient color differences. That's fine. I think I'm gonna go in with like pure black to get this one to stand out. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this for this background. Or if I'll just leave this here like that. I think I'll just leave this. It'll be like sunset. I'll color this in like that. And do this like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Yeah. Maybe I'll go back in and outline it black. We'll see. See, but this one definitely, I think I'm gonna have to go in with black to get to pop out a little bit more. I'm trying not to use straight black. It's like a little exercise I've been trying out more often to push me into using other colors primarily. Sometimes it works and sometimes I give in because I love that graphic look of just stark black sometimes. I feel like I'm gonna don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. That works. That works. I'll add a little highlight there. Not all of these have to be perfect. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh no. Me. Not all of these have to be perfect. Gel pen dies. Oh no. Oh, it really died. I've been using the gel pens a lot more because I got finally after years after years I finally bought a new pack of white gel pens because it was time. It was time. There we go. And kinda. There we go. Just need to layer it a little bit more. Start coming out. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little clog. Hello? I don't know if y'all can pick up the sounds on my street, but it's loud. It's loud. That's why for the longest time I was like, I don't want to put the mic on. I don't want people to be like, dang, why is your street so loud? And me be like, I'm sorry. No, I really butchered that. It's fine. Not everything needs to be perfect. It's okay. It's okay. It's a thin balance. Thin balance. Draw her eyes. Yeah. There we go. Oh, right. What am I doing? Here we go. Smoke. Smoke that ain't a good one. The brain rot. I swear. Okay. Then do the little white in my alien princess's eyes. Yes, so this is the story is there's an alien princess that is lonely and she wants friends, so she sees this chick randomly living her day-to-day, smoking, sitting on places and being cunty, and then the alien princess is like, yo, let me find you, and then she picks her up in her hot rod and then is like, let's be friends now, and now they're friends. That's the story on this page. Yeah, storytelling is my passion. But yeah, I think this page came out fun. Let me show y'all. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun. I think, how long is this at? Ooh, we're at 1 hour. That's a good amount of time before my phone starts to overheat. Because that's the only downside of doing lives. I have to be cognizant of how hot my phone gets. But this is what we got so far for today. And I did pencil in this one, which is, I guess, the story of a little alien finding all of these Christmas things and then making Christmas their own. But yeah, we'll see if I do that one later tonight or if I push that for tomorrow, because I think I have another page set up over here with the greens. And then because I am who I am, I'm gonna peel this, sorry, and then I'm gonna reuse the tape. Because you can do that. You can do that. Unless of course some of the paper comes off with it, then I can't use those, like these parts. You see how you see how the page starts to rip off with it? You can't usually use that because it covers up the adhesive. But some of y'all probably already knew that. But that's on budget artist hacks. Reuse the tape if you can, if it's the size that you want for the borders of your next page, so that way you don't go through tape so fast. Because I went and bought painter's tape for the first time. Actually, I'm gonna go on a little rant. I went and bought painter's tape for the first time in years, actually, the other day, and I was shocked to find out that, where is it? This one. Oh shit. This blue one, this 3M. God, it's a monopoly. This is like the only brand in my area, at least, that makes like this painter's tape. $6 for a roll of this. Like, let me see if I can show y'all what the full roll looks like. This shit. Oh wait, this is Scotch. Is it the same one? No, this is a different one. This is Scotch. This was $6 for this amount, which, like, $6 for the. I don't know. I feel like there was a time when these were like $2.50 or buy two for like $3, something like that. But anyways, painter's tape got real fucking expensive, and I don't know. Tell me all if you think like $6 for this is like okay, or if I'm the one that's just wrong. But I just think it's a little ridiculous. But you know, I digress. How did I get right? Reuse your tape, because with the price of $6 per roll, I think, you know, reusing your tape, if possible, is a perfectly acceptable strat. I might sound old, sound cheap. I don't care. I definitely started off with a lot less materials, and you gotta make them. You gotta make your materials last. You gotta make them count. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm gonna do these little squares, do something fun in them off camera, and then peel and then reuse as many of these strips as possible for this back. No, I can't because of this overlap. So, okay, I'll do them over here, and then I'll add them probably like over here, because I still, this was the pink, this was the yellow page, this was the green page. I know there's an orange and a red one that we're gonna do, and then there's the blue and the purple. And I'm debating on whether I'm going to do a full brown and a full black page, because I want to see how all of these Karen dashes here. Open up. How all of these blend with each other. See what those look like. That's what all of these squares were. They were blending testers. But yeah. Now you know all of the method to my madness that I have conjured up for this little experiment, sketchbook, challenge, Vlogmas, extravaganza, masochistic month challenge thing. Thank you all for, you know, hanging out, being here. And yeah, I hope to see y'all. Let's hope I don't immediately fizzle out of ideas and immediately just go, no, God, no. No, I'll try to find other things to fill these pages up with. We'll see. So right now we'll be getting to 75% of the sketchbook around here. I made these markers so I know how far into the sketchbook I am. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for being here. I'll see y'all, or I'll talk to y'all again. Hopefully, we'll see if I can get the mic on next time. Depends on if there's a sports event that Big Strunkly's watching. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, peeps.